I didn't really go to automotive school. I'm not an engineer. I'm just the guy who liked to take things apart. I was a member of the first class at Bastille University. My car, which was a Volkswagen Beetle at the time, out on the street. To give you an idea about my finances at the time, you know, that's all I could afford to fix. And in working on the car one day, I also discovered a shirt in the street that I subsequently incorporated in my wardrobe as well. Graduated, moved back east, kept the Volkswagen for a while, and they bought other cars, and that was that. But I would occasionally talk to my wife, Martha, the kids about the old days when I would fix in the Volkswagen and found the shirt in the street. And they listened to this, I guess, enough so that at one time, I think it might have been my 50th birthday, I wound up with a Volkswagen in the driveway. They needed a lot of work. The reality is that Beetles are actually beautifully engineered cars. I mean, they were developed in the 1930s and 1940s by a guy named Porsche. And they were designed to be the sort of metric equivalent of the Model T, everyman type car, something that could be easily mass produced. So it was beautifully designed and beautifully engineered. But the fact is that almost anything in the car can be restored, renovated, or replaced. The building, other than the HVAC system, everything on the inside was stuff that I've renovated over the course of the first half of 2017. The interesting thing about it is that, you know, cars are organized like people. All things have systems, you know, the electrical systems like the spinal column, the oil is sort of like the bloodstream, gasoline is sort of like the diet. And, you know, the mechanical parts are like the joints, suspension is like the, you know, bone structure and muscles, and they're like people. It's kind of like the other side of working with patients, you know, the age, essentially, it makes things sag and rot and rust, and we try to figure out how to do the best we can. Sometimes we can just get a new part and replace it, and other times we have to take the existing part and bang it into shape and get it to work again, give it a second life. And since I spend the rest of my time sort of alternating between writing software and teaching medicine, sometimes being by yourself and pulling a piece of rusted, corroded, who knows what out of nowhere that hadn't seen the light of day since the mid-1970s and giving it a new life is very enjoyable in a kind of meditative sense. Apparently when people see Volkswagens, they punch each other. So every step of the way, as the cars I get become more increasingly hopeless, they require that I learn new ways of confronting the problems that they possess. You can certainly be fearless in clinical medicine, and you can be fearless in Volkswagen restoration. Fearless.